Hello, welcome to Eye on Africa here on France 24. I'm Yunke Etade. Coming up, Sudan's paramilitary rapid support forces announces the formation of a rival government, the move deepening a two-year power struggle with Sudan's military and signals the further unraveling of an already fractured nation. Islamic State takes responsibility for a brutal attack on a church in eastern DRC that killed at least 43 worshippers, IS claiming that dozens of homes and shops were burned during the attack. And the Super Falcons back on Nigerian soil after flying high with a stunning victory at the Women's Africa Cup of Nations over Morocco, the team bringing home their 10th title after a dramatic 3-2 comeback against the Atlas Lionesses on Saturday. We begin in Sudan, where the paramilitary rapid support forces have announced the formation of a rival government. On Saturday, it named a civilian prime minister and unveiled a presidential council with RSF Commander Mohamed Hamdan Dagalo as its president. The move deepens a two-year power struggle with Sudan's military, signaling a further unraveling of an already fractured nation. Well, let's speak to Naba Moeddin, a journalist who joins us from Port Sudan. Naba, great to have you on the program. Thanks so much for joining us. First of all, just talk us through what the reaction has been like to this announcement.
Since the announcement was made, there is many reactions. Of course, there are some supporters of this parallel government, especially for people who are supporting RSF and political party who are right now representing a political incubator for the RSF and their project, especially to govern Western Sudan and Darfur particularly. And also there is wide range of reactions, including the Sudanese government condemning this formation of parallel government, and wide range of people and analysts believe that it will, of course, hamper any endeavors to end the Sudanese political crisis and put an end to the war. Actually, it will split the country more, and there is also a risk of raising the ethnic speech and in the country, especially that this elect new parallel government will, of course, count on governing that four area, four states that RSF are controlling, including four states, but only northern Darfur and Fashir is not under control of the RSF. So there is wide condemnation about this new formation of the government, and we are expecting that there is an international reaction regarding this. Earlier, United Nations, Arab League, and African Union warned about the split of the country into two powers and authorities, but now we can say that the warning has become a reality, and there is also fears of a deepening crisis regarding this formation of the new government.
Well, tell us whether you think this formation of this government will actually change anything on the ground. Of course, we're 2 years into this brutal war now. Is there anything that's likely to change here?
Actually, this new government has, of course, many challenges in order to, first of all, to operate, because it needs lands and territories to actually operate. They chose to operate from Niala, which is the capital of South Darfur. But the security situation in Darfur generally, and the internal and domestic issues in Darfur since 2003, of course, will hamper any endeavor to make any kind of a new government or a new rule. So the speech of making a new rule on the ground or a new government, of course, is challenged by the security situation on the ground. It's challenged by the continuation of the fighting itself. Just a few days ago, Nihala was attacked by the Sudanese military, and also Al-Fashir is under besieged by the RSF. So conflict is still going on. So we are not expecting that. Actually, I'm not expecting that the government will be on the ground soon, but maybe it's kind of a political, it's a kind of political card to push on any talks in the site. So it's really difficult, and it has many challenges, including the famine itself in that Darfur region, including the ethnic diversity. Darfur is a region where many tribes and many groups are against RSF, and they have been fighting against RSF for decades. So who will be controlling and who will be governing? So it's really challenging, and I think it will suffer a lot in order to make a real government on the ground.
Naba, really great to talk to you. Thanks so much for joining us on the program today. We're going to turn to the Democratic Republic of Congo, where Islamic State has claimed responsibility for a brutal church attack that killed at least 43 worshippers. At dawn Sunday, IS-allied rebels stormed a church in Komanda, a village in eastern DRC, attacking with guns and machetes and taking captives. Islamic State claims that dozens of homes and shops were burned during that attack. Emmett Livingstone has more now from Kinshasa.
Militants from the Allied Democratic Forces, or ADF, a militia affiliated with the Islamic State, attacked a church on Saturday night and killed dozens of worshippers in Ituri province. The victims included men, women and children. The Congolese army said that its soldiers and Ugandan forces had been waging consistent operations against the ADF, which had chosen to avenge itself on the civilian population. The church attack is the latest in a series of deadly ADF assaults on civilians, including earlier this month when the group killed 66 people in Ituri province. The militia is one of the deadliest in eastern Congo and is active in the provinces of North Kivu and Ituri. In 2019, it pledged allegiance to the Islamic State. The United Nations peacekeeping mission in Congo said the church killings will exacerbate an already extremely worrying humanitarian situation in the province.
Next, Nigeria's Super Falcons have touched down in Abuja, fresh off their stunning Women's Africa Cup of Nations victory over hosts Morocco. They headed straight to the presidential palace to meet President Bola Tinubu. Well, of course, they got a hero's welcome. The team brought home their record 10th WAFCON title after a dramatic 3-2 comeback against Morocco on Saturday. Let's listen to some of the ecstatic fans from Saturday night.
Going 2 goals down and coming back with 3 goals to win is really a miracle. So we are so happy. As Nigerians, despite the issue, we are so happy.
Some people didn't believe that we're going to make this Mission X, the 10th one. And it's very exciting to see that when we say something, we go ahead and we do it. So I feel really good and I'm proud of the girls.
Well, let's discuss that victory further with Chief Sewell Chappell, who is a sports journalist and joins us live from Lagos. Chief, thank you so much for joining us on the program. Great to have you. So I understand that you were in Morocco on that Saturday night, that great Saturday night. Tell us what that atmosphere was like.
Oh my Lord, it was very unreal. We only get to feel this once every other 2 years when the WAFCON happens, and depends on the country. And Morocco Step does a final. It was like 21,000 people already thronging in. The Nigerians were looking for tickets. The Moroccans had already bought tickets. They came in full families, like multi-generations, lots of young girls that, played different sports from the conversations I had. And they were just eager to cheer their girls on. They really supported the Moroccan ladies under Jorge Viuda. And it was pretty intimidating as a Nigerian, I cannot lie. But, the Nigerian Super Falcons have always been the team across Africa and even in the world to show up and show character, especially against all odds. They've done a final where they beat the host several times. I think in recent history, 3 in the last 10 years. They did it in Ghana, they did it in Cameroon, and they did it again over the weekend. And as someone that managed to get into the fan zone, it was crazy. That's probably why I lost my voice. I want to give credit to the fans around because it was a proper experience and there was no animosity. There was pure love. The goals that Morocco scored in the earlier stages were quality goals, and you had to show the fans love that were there. And same with the way they capitulated in the second half. They showed love, they showed grace, and especially the fans around the Nigerians. Even the police came to even protect the spaces so that the few Nigerians that managed to get tickets, they could sit properly. For the girls, it's big because it's the first time they are changing the trophies, and it's Mission X, Mission 10. It's a testament to grassroots development sports across the country. And it's 10 years of work from the coaches like Dan Juma, as the coaches now that are doing the developmental team stages for women football, like the Moses Aduku. For a lot of us that were journalists that didn't see a supporters club from Nigeria coming in because of visa challenges. We had to jump to the fan stands. We had to become the cheerleaders. And for me, it was an eye-opener because it made me realize that a lot of us really love sports. Somebody tells you that it's not nice, and then you just try to hide the fact that you love it. And when Forbes says that 85% of the young ladies or women that are ruling the boardrooms had an experience with sports, and then you see young ladies like Esther Korunkwo, who didn't normally was supposed to make it into the national team, gets in there just because there was visa issues in an American friendly, and she stays there. And you see the support from her team in Canada. You see a young lady, Folashade Jamilusi, our highest goal scorer from the Nigerian Women's League, just last year. The first time she had a radio interview was on my show, just last year. And suddenly she's scoring goals that's raising the nation, that she's running a final, a very third straight match in the mix. And it's a testament to everybody that's involved in the sports ecosystem. And the girls are excited. They have three-bedroom flats the president has promised, and I hope he gives them. He has given them the highest honors for women who have done this. For the men, he gave, member of the Order of Nigeria. Now he gave the ladies OON, and that's a big deal. The Forum of Governors are promising to drop monies. We pray that these monies are actualized, because in the next 8 months, they go back again for another WAFCON, and it will be nice to see structure being put. These girls are world beaters. A local coach, by the way, just beat the winner of the Women's World Cup. The coach from the winner of the Women's World Cup, a local coach from Nigeria with multiple master's degrees and trainings across board. So it's a testament to what FIFA has been doing. They've been looking into Africa, and the few opportunities that have trickled down. You're seeing what's possible. It's a testament to what CAF has been doing, and these little opportunities which they can expand and do better on. You can see what's being done with the Nigerian team. Credit to Morocco and credit to all the performances across the board. Even Ghana did well, and it was a tournament that I don't think I'm going to forget for a while. I'm on vocal rest, but I still can't stop talking about it.
I can definitely hear the pride just beaming out of you right now. I do want to talk about the sport as a whole, because some are saying they've never seen it so competitive as this year's tournament. Tell us how you see the sport evolving from here.
Well, we're beginning to see different styles, When it comes to African women's football, they'll tell you each region has a style, but generally, they used to generalize the fact that African athletes, females, are just aggressive and physical, no finesse, no technique. But in this World Cup, CAF, WAFCON, the Women African Cup of Nations, you saw technical goals. You saw goals from the deep. You saw intricate passes. You saw thinking. You saw game evolving, formations changing from double pivots in the midfield to single defensive fives. You were seeing wing play. You could see the chess and you could see the checkers inside the football strategy. It's growing. Nobody could predict anything, even in the chaos. On a day that Ghana, for instance, they got their funds that were owed to them, the players from Ghana, they played Tanzania. This was a Ghana that nobody gave any chance because their coach just came in recently. And boom, they gave them 3-1. Let me say it in the local way, 3-1. And they fell out the defending champion, South Africa. So that tells you that the competition is high. There are no minnows. Nobody's slacking. There are different styles evolving. Look at Malete, the inspiring coach from Botswana. He's just in his 30s, a grassroots coach as well, who is doing fantastic things with the Sefiwe and the young ladies he has in his midfield. It's a testament to local teams that are doing well in the Champions League across Africa. Morocco itself had about 6 to 7 ladies playing from ASFA and FUS. That's the military ladies sports.
Chief, we could talk about this all night, but we do have to stop there. We have run out of time, but congratulations to you. I see that you are very, very proud of your team. So congrats, and thank you so much for joining us on the program today. Stay with us here on France 24.
"50 years on from when it began, the war has left scars.
This was the demarcation line. No one was living here because there was fighting. It was a no man's land.
While some are working towards a stable and lasting peace.
We participated in the war and caused a lot of harm to this country. Our moral and social duty is to help repair the wrongs we committed in the past."
The war between Israel and Hezbollah is reopening old wounds.
I've lived through so many wars since I was born, but this one was really the hardest.
It's not because the war ends that peace begins.
Watch Lebanon Revisited. on France 24 and France24.com.